Hi, this is Joyce at Joyce Meyer Junk Journals. I want to show you something real quick that I've been working on. Um, I'm making this for Saturday, which is a couple days from now. I have a birthday party to go to with my friends who we've been in a group for 28 years or so. There's like 9 of us all together. We celebrate each other's birthdays, and we used to do a secret pal exchange, and then we all had too much stuff, and so we stopped doing that. But we do treat each other to whoever's hostess makes a meal or takes everybody out to a restaurant. So it's nice. But I thought it'd be fun, since I've started this junk journaling thing, to make a little purse notebook. And actually, you can put your credit card in here and just take this with you, and it has a place to write inside, lots of pages to put notes or save a ticket or save a receipt or something. And I started buying purses, little purses, because the ladies club that I belong to, another club, they would use it as a fundraiser and save little purses. And I started saving them, and I got to liking them. I started looking for the really nice ones, the ones that were cleaned up, and so lots of detail on them. And I thought, wow, those could make a pretty journal. So I have some saved to try that. While looking around on the internet, on YouTube, I found that there are people making things out of the old phone cases, and that's what this is. So let me show you the tassel before I keep playing with this thing. It's just on the side here. This was already the existing eyelet, and had a little claw like this, and it has strap. I think you know what I mean. And so I just put another eyelet down here and ran elastic, so all these pages can be refilled. So this is what the tassel looks like. It has all the colors that appear in the journal. My friend that I made this for likes old things. She likes to go to antique stores. Her and her husband like vintage. And so they have purchased an old home in a historic district. And so I thought I would try to make this regarding the colors that they have on their brick and everything. And also, wouldn't this be fun if you're out and you need a bracelet, you're in the car, and you don't have anything to wear, and you're like going someplace, she can just detach this and wear it and put it back on. So that's that. These are a little hard to find, to be honest, the magnetic ones, but I've been collecting them, and so every time I go thrifting, which is a few times a week, I look for those. This is a couple of dangles off the elastic here. So this is just for some bling. And my friend Jo, who's also in this group, she makes a lot of things with beads, and she gave me all these beads. So these are all from her. And then when you open up, this is the house, picture of their house her husband gave to me. So you can't really tell, but the brick is like a sage color. And so I found out from her, without her knowing why, that I needed to know, oh, that's a beautiful color. What's your brick called, and where'd you get it? So I went and got a sample. And then I just put this on the back. This is from tea staining papers with a doily on top, made a little design on that. And then this is a recipe. She is Irish, so it's Irish potato candy. I had played with some techniques of taking paper and crunching it up and spreading it out again, and it makes it kind of soft. And I did it with magazines, and I thought it was fun. It's a little crunchy. Got a lot of wrinkles in it. It distressed it pretty well. So added this little end piece to scrapbook paper. This was in a binder, I think, like a journal. And then this on the back, it says, my fashion icons. She's a fashionista. She likes to dress up pretty. And then there's some lines to write on. Then this is just a tiny attacher through the ribbons. This says blessed. I stamped that, put some other paper on the back, and then put this little accent piece on. And then back in here is a piece of graph paper that I baked in the oven. It's coffee dyed. Look at how cool that is. I like the darkness of the metal. It burnt on. These are my favorite papers, and they sound great too. So I was gonna fold it in there and make it, it was too short, so I had to fold it twice. I just take old magazines and books and I make my own little, what do you call these? I'll think of it in a minute. But yeah. Okay, reinforcements. And then inside here are a couple surprises. But first of all, I have to show you, this is the backing. I had to take out the backing. And then the piece that stayed, I had to cover with paper. And I wrote, do not pull, because she is not going to get this out of here if she thinks that's a tag. I don't know if she'll see that. I'll have to tell her. So the first thing is a whole flock of birds. Isn't that cute? And they're eating sunflower seeds out of that bowl. That's got a rooster there. This is 1 Corinthians 13:13, and now these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. Like that. Then this morning I was watching Penny Pudge on live, and I was painting acrylics, trying to get, believe it or not, I was trying to get sage. Did not achieve it, but I made a lot of that color. So it picks up the blue butterfly here and that butterfly up there. Little writing place. And then I have a bluebird. I found these at the lake on 4th of July last year. They're little cards. And then there's this little pocket. Some scrapbook paper that I stamped with a coffee cup. A little bit of Chopin. This I didn't put anything underneath. She could put a ticket to maybe a concert or something. And then there's the back of that paper. My friend Joe, who gave me these beads right here, we used to sell antiques together, and this was our booth. We used to have these tags, and so when I made her journal, I put one of these. I still had them. I had coffee dyed them, so I gave her one as well. This is from an old game, Uncle Wiggily. It says, on his way to the rheumatism shop, Uncle Wiggily takes just one hop. That's so cute. I played that game when I was little. And then there's the rest of the music page. Some of that paint from this morning was on the counter. Got on there, that's okay. The other side, this says my favorite. And this is, I kind of cut a short piece of that with a little bit of that paper over here and trimmed it. And on the other side, it has the definition for calendar, calendar day, calendar month. Isn't that cute? And then back here it has cake, cake flower, cake walk, other words. So that goes back in here. Last year I dried some leaves and some flowers. And then I had some, I don't know if you can see, there's little circles. These used to be little sticky pads, adhesives, little dots. So what I did was I kept, this was stapled just like this, and I glued it down in the back, and then I pressed those leaves, that leaf in 24, and then I added this little strip and this little strip, and then I used gesso on the back, and this shows you what you would use those dots for. This is washi tape, and this is washi tape. So it holds the leaf in under the, this is the acetate that the dots were under. Okay. And then here is a sticker with little hearts and just a little collaging. That says National. It's just from some ledger paper. And then on this side, I took an envelope from my mom's. She used to get a lot of solicitations for mission things, and so I saved the envelopes, and inside is this strip here, so you can write on that. And then right here is some coffee dyed paper, and it has the placemat, vinyl placemat that I laid on it in the sun, and it came out like that. It's very cute. Okay. Oop. That goes in the back. I cut out a piece of magazine, and that's behind. There's a little bird on there. This is Hebrews 13:1-2. From a game. I kept the 50,000. I figure she might need that if she's using her money to redo her house. So anyway, this says flowers. This says Cincinnati Gold and Silver Refining Company, Schwartz's gold plate. It's a little envelope with nothing in it. You can put a ticket. Like I said, they like to go places. And then this is laminated flower that I did, and some washi tape. Their last name is a G, so I put this from the address book. This is a sticker, and that's a stamp. Here's another tag, just very simple. It says welcome, and it has a flower on it. That's from another part in this book. I fussy cut the yellow flower off of it. It's a little tight. And there's a bird, little piece of a tea-stained paper doily. This is tea-stained paper stationery. This, I just cut this out of a magazine, but look at the back, right? Matches. I don't know, it's very shiny, but I just thought it'd be fun. And I put it in that little tuck. This is a curtain from a magazine. This is from a magazine, crafting magazine. Her name is Rosanol. Here's some ledger. This is just a collage that I made on a tag from a book, and I just added some things. She can write on the backs of these, and then on there. And then there's just some fun stuff talking about recipes and cooking. Her name is Josette. We have a friend in our group, Joe. I thought that was fun. And then some S&H green stamps, a little pocket, and this is just some dictionary page. And there's more butterflies. This flips out. This is the Mr. Penn little sticky notes, and you can put these in your Bible and write on them. So I put a little tablet of those. Here's the front door of her house. And then there's a tag that opens up. And this is fabric on the first one, and some washi tape with some trees. That's what I fussy cut out before to put on that one tag. And then here's the other side of the address part. This I collaged, and it's like a tag, but she can put a ticket behind it. Here is this little tag. Behind here, this is like a little note, like something having to do legally with money. And I cut it up and notched it, and then inside I have these scraps of paper, and I put handmade by Joyce Meyer junk journals. So the other side was prepared by, approved by. It's part of a ledger. Okay. And those go right in here. That's just plain on the back. Then here is a ginkgo leaf, and that's a joke in our group. I used to have a terrible short-term memory, and I said to my friends one time, oh gosh, I don't think I have a bad memory anymore. I'm taking ginkgo. And then I came out and I couldn't find my car, and here I have my husband's truck, so never mind. But belongs to, she can write her name if she wants. This is a sticker. It says, let's see if I can get it to come down. The best is yet to come. Come on. It's kind of stuck. But then it goes back like this. It's a little shaker. It was working earlier. And in here is a little card. And then I cut this out of scrapbook paper and inked it up. Here's a little note piece from a tiny little notebook I'm almost out of. This is the green part, and it had blues and everything. Then behind the wall, there's a scrap to write on behind the bricks. Just like in an old house, you know. I've heard of people finding things behind things when they're renovating. And so I think that's it. I hope you liked it. I hope you try this. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.